Hi.
Hello.
So this is going to be part 2 of our competition preparation video. It's a little mini series we're doing, just 2 videos. We've already covered in the last one the physical side of prep, and you'll see a link like here, I hope, for it, if I can do that. And this one we're going to go over a bit more the mental side of preparation for it. So, as Pete recently competed, and I'm also competing in several weeks in a Muay Thai fight, you competed on Polaris on the undercard. What was different about how did you mentally prepare for it?
Okay, to go back, in competition, I've always done dog crap. The last good competition I had was probably British Nogi at purple belt, to be honest. Never won a match. Wait.
Never won a gold.
No, I did. I won 1 gold at brown, and that was I should have won double gold on that. It was stupid. Lost my first match at black belt. Yeah, so a lot of losses, a lot of grimness, but that's the jiu-jitsu game. You gotta just keep hedging your bets and just keep ploughing on, and eventually you'll break through. I fucking hope so, and it did. And I just kept that in my head that even though I've had all those losses, if I just keep doing the right things, eventually something's gonna shift.
Yeah, I think also, and this is my observation of it concerning with you, it was the stage you were on. So, in the very beginning, at white belt and blue belt, or amateur MMA, whatever, your first tournaments are going to feel like FA Cup finals. Yeah,
You'll keep telling yourself that.
They're gonna emotionally, and the shot of adrenaline you're gonna have is just like mentally that you're gonna be on, most likely, because these are big deals. You've never competed before, or you're competing regular, but you still have that emotional buy-in, even if you're having to pay £35 to compete. Anyway,
£35
plus, yeah. Let's not get into the cost of tournaments. It's a whole other video. Actually, that would be a really good video. The business model of jiu-jitsu tournaments. Oh, that's going to annoy some people. Anyway, so the mental prep side of it, once you get to a certain point, mentally, tournaments stop meaning quite so much. I noticed that. I competed at blue belt a few times and was just I did quite well, but I was just very meh. I don't really care if I do well or not.
Yeah.
I just happened to be in shape because I just had an MMA fight like 2 weeks previously or something like that. So I was like, well, why not? I'm in shape. I'm at that weight. Do it. I compete at purple belt or brown. I haven't competed at black as yet. I probably will do. The reasoning for not being interested in competing at at purple or brown is doing tournaments didn't really do it for me. So I knew mentally I wasn't going to check in and show up because it wasn't the stage. And I think maybe that might have been an element of that for you as well, because the moment you hit Polaris and you knew you were doing it, you were competing. It went out on UFC Fight Pass. The prelims were streamed live. There's a big, not just like audience of your friends, even though there was, nearly the entire gym showed up to watch it and bought tickets. We were all very close to the stage, but that went out internationally. Like that's part of your jiu-jitsu credentials, for want of a better word. So mentally, the size of the event, the grandeur of it, means you're gonna show up.
Yeah, I think that's that's maybe part of how I framed it as well, was that, at these smaller tournaments and stuff, although I should have been smashing them.
Yeah.
Should have been smashing them, really.
Yeah.
But just always just cacking it and messing up and even getting myself injured because I would lose body sensitivity. I'd be, my adrenals would be going through the roof. I would be almost watching myself from like a third person perspective.
Yeah.
When you're starting off in tournaments, you'll experience all this, unless you got some people who just turn up. They just turn up like it's just in their DNA.
They rock up.
And they just rock up and they just smash it. You're like, for goodness sake, I wish I was like that. But it's a molding process, right? For Polaris, I didn't buy into it, and I think that was the thing. It was obviously, as Andy said, within our community, it was pretty damn big, but I didn't let that play on my mind. I didn't let it get in. Do you know what I mean? I didn't let that come into my performance. I didn't want that to happen, so I just kind of just kept with the guys. Everybody's like, "Oh, how you feeling? How you doing? And this," and I'm just like, "Yeah, cool. Yeah, cool."
Yeah. But also, I mean, a lot of people said to you afterwards, the real Pete showed up.
Yeah,
there.
exactly.
Yeah,
exactly.
and that also, funnily enough, happened to our head coach Jeff as well.
Yeah.
That Jeff went out there and just performed.
Yeah. Yeah.
Didn't he?
Yeah.
He just put on another sick throw, armbar finish.
Yeah.
And you had your Kimura finish.
Yeah.
But so that's about it. You turn up to you turn up for the occasion. Now there are some ways where your own mind can screw you up in those situations. And here's I'm going to give a few key tools that I've learned over the time that are actual methods and processes you can go through. So the most obvious one is, by the way, these aren't things I've just made up. I did this with a psychologist. I went through these tools with a psychologist before I won my shock and awe welterweight title many years ago, and I spent several weeks paying out money, but the tools work very, very well. So the first one was deep breathing, using breathing as a process to stop me becoming over-aroused and then falling into flight and fight. So you've got adrenaline, and sometimes you need to process it. That worked really well. I don't know if you've done any of that stuff.
Yeah, massively. Yeah, that was another big shift in my prep as well as a better understanding my breathing.
Yep, understanding of breathing and using it, registering your arousal level, recognizing it, breathing through that process. 3 seconds in, 3 seconds out, up, out. It sounds a little bit woo, but it just helps take the edge.
To jump in on the woo thing, all the mind stuff is a bit woo, but you've got to embrace that side, because it's one piece of the puzzle. You've got to this is why we've done it into two parts. The physical preparation is one thing. That's your sort of your hardline, analytical, scientific. I am making progress. Blah blah blah.
Yeah. You've got numbers. It's quantifiable. My heart rate's dropping. My resting heart rate's dropping.
Yeah.
I'm getting fitter. I'm hitting more times. I'm hitting my top heart rate. All that stuff. You've got quantifiable numbers for that.
Yeah.
The physical preparedness side of it.
Yeah. But you're going to need to bring in that sort of that esoteric side of how you influence all that stuff.
Yeah.
Of how your mind is going to allow you to do all those physical numbers and things, and all that prep that you put in.
Yeah.
You mentioned Jeff earlier. Jeff was a freaking huge help in mentally preparing me before this. All right.
Okay.
So, he's very good at keeping me calm backstage, and I was just kind of
That's again that arousal level.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Leading up to just getting to the venue, my heart rate was just like I was like I was going mental. It sweats and everything.
Yeah.
So again, that was sort of the breathing thing, and I even listened to a slow heart rate to actually get my own heart rate down to what it would be a resting heart rate anyway.
Yeah.
That's sort of 40,
60,
40,
40, wherever you're at.
Just to bring it super, super low, so that my heart rate isn't just doing this all day long. And I would have this previously when I was at tournaments where just the day before my heart rate is just all over the place, and that's going to fatigue you. That will massively fatigue you before you even step on the freaking mat.
Well, and it's adrenaline. It is adrenaline. Your adrenals are going. You're getting this. Yeah. Your body is stitching you up.
It does.
It's hijacking your performance.
So that's why I was really appreciative of having Jeff there, is because he's done this several times to a high level, right?
Yeah.
So I could count on his experience and him imparting a little bit of wisdom on me. And he would just look at me and keep me very, very calm. Yeah. And he was saying, look, just notice that you're going to have a dump. You're going to have an adrenaline dump. There's literally nothing you can do about it. When that dump happens, you don't know. It could be in the match. It can be just before you go on. It could have been, 3 hours ago. All right, just notice the dump when you have it and just put it to one side. Yeah. And that was huge for me. That was brilliant. That was just another little bonus going in. So he was keeping me very, very calm right up until I'm just about to step on. And he looks me in the eye and says, go get him. All right, yep. Go get him. And that fired me up. All right, so I was ready to go and put on a performance. And that's what he said to me, is just put on a performance. That's all it is, perform. And it is literally just that. You're just showing what you can do. And ever so long, for so much time before, I've always just thought, oh, but what if this person thinks this? Or what if that person thinks that? It's really, exactly, it's really not about that. But then we get into the mental judo again, and you say to yourself, well, who cares? And if you say to yourself too much that you don't care, you won't perform.
Yeah, that's inside.
So,
yeah. So there are some other tools you can use as well. One I use really well, and I don't know, this might not work for you, it might work for some people. I don't think Jeff does it.
Check it out.
But what I do is I use visualization a lot. So I would sit there and go like, the weeks leading up to the fight, I would sit there, I would play the fight out in my head. I would know, I lost that fight in my head. How can I not lose it in the next way I play it forward? What can I do that I know will finish this fight quickly? And do you know what? Quite often, when I did that and I really invested some time into it, I won the fight in the manner that I had visualised out.
Yep.
And I would land the shots that I did. In fact, a good example of this is when on Shock and Awe, so we'll probably add a link for this as well, was when I fought a guy called Jacek Tololovsky. And
that sounds like an MMA fighter's name.
Yeah. And he was huge. He was massive. And I visualised just controlling him with cage control, clinch against the fence, because I knew he was bigger and stronger than me. But I knew probably my technique was a little bit better. So I just visualised it, and that played out. He got so frustrated he had to foul me to get out of the situation. I don't think he did it deliberately, but it was just sheer frustration. Yeah. Throwing knee, caught me with a low blow. That I didn't visualise, and I'm glad I didn't. Don't visualise being fouled. But yeah, use visualisation. It's a fantastic tool. Lowering your arousal levels again, abating your own fears, sort of outlining the kind of performance you want to have. Obviously, game plans go out the window, but it is a useful tool.
I think mental rehearsal is great. I think we've touched on it slightly before, sort of having that mindfulness and awareness when you're learning, being very, very present, and then just going inside your own head and just being very, very present with the moves that you know, and just rehearsing the crap out of those and just going...
The things you're going to do, rehearse them in your head, drill them in your head.
And they can only get sharper. Exactly. And also what I did as well is I would find one of my coaches say, he calls it crap channel. Like sometimes you're just in your head, you'll just play the worst case scenario, like getting knocked out, getting choked out, and you'll play it over and over. What I did is I literally sat down for maybe 20 minutes one morning and I just ran every single crap scenario. I ran down every single crap scenario. What if I get guillotined in the first 5 seconds? What if I get armbarred in the first 5 seconds? What if he slams me on my head and I get knocked out on television or whatever? I ran through everything, and then I just went, well, so what? And then it's just, you just got to just go there. And this is kind of Jeff's thing. He says, I'm just going to have a conversation with his body, and then and see what comes out of it. If you've done the training, and that was another thing Jeff said to me as well. He can't take the training away from you. Only you can. You can take it away from yourself. Yeah.
So there's another ritual. Before we go on to the next one, I also want to outline. I can actually show you a video, which I'll probably include a link with either there, here, over his head, somewhere, where it went drastically wrong for me because I didn't mentally prepare and all that sort of stuff. It was my last fight with a Frenchman on Shock and Awe, whose name I'm not going to butcher. Out of just, I'm not going to butcher your name. Sorry. But I didn't. The fight went. I had to wrap my own hands just because the way the fight order worked out. I didn't get to warm up properly. I had to corner fighters, one of whom destroyed her knee. And that basically meant I walked into that cage going, I don't even want to be here. So also mentally prepare the environment you're in. And also have rituals. And again, I didn't do my normal standard little rituals of going for a walk, listening to music for an hour, doing all that stuff. And again, that's preparation, and that's mental preparation, and also some physical preparation in the sense of, having an itinerary as to what I'm going to do, because that takes a lot of the stresses and anxieties away as well. Actually, that's probably one of the bigger things I would say. Have at least an idea of how you want your lead up to you actually competing that day or evening, how that wants to go. So rituals. I know it makes you feel secure and safe to have a ritual, a set process. Notice the times you've won and what things you've done leading up that day. Basically what I'm saying is take as much, don't leave things to chance, because if it can go wrong, it will go wrong. Especially in that high stress environment. The fewer options you have for things to go randomly wrong.
Like an example from one of my fighters, when I coached one of my fighters real quick, we were ready for him to go on. He was sort of about 5 minutes before he was going on. The previous fight was it was on. He was about to go on. He goes, I've lost my gum shield. So within like 5 minutes, it's like doing your own pre-flight checks, right? MMA, if you got your box, you got your dome, you got your gloves, right? I'm ready, and boom, 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 boom. You go, I forgot my gum shield. Had to go and get my other fighter's gum shield, boil it down, remelt it, bite it. I had to go run down to one of the kitchens, which is in the that goes down to prep as best you can.
Didn't know that story. Ouch.
Oh, there you go.
So
he won the fight though.
This is good.
Okay,
So that's fine. So random thing. He stayed calm, stayed mentally checked in. He was there and ready. Can you think of any other tools? Any random tools or tips for the mental preparedness side?
Mine was just sort of more the woo-woo sort of thing. It was more being more mindful, being more present, breathing better, noticing the moment, enjoying the moment, not fretting about the moment, not running shit scenarios. I think that's it really. All I can think of off the top of my head.
Last thing I can really think of. The last thing I can really think of is have at least a little period of time, once a week, where...
So I'll see you this Friday, Joe. It's the week after when it changes. Okie dokie. It'll be Thursday next week.
Back.
Yep. Right. Well, I'm going to text you in a minute.
See you guys later.
I'll be back in a minute.
No worries. Okay, start again. Where was I?
I don't know.
Yeah. So have something in your diary once a week that isn't anything related to the competition you're involved in, even if it's only an hour. And I think that pretty much sums it up. So thanks very much for watching. Like, subscribe, all that good stuff. Our channel will be up there. Watch the fights and things from the links we're going to add in and enjoy. So thank you very much. Cheers.
Cheers, guys.